97.3. Accra.
94, 95, 96. 97.3 Citi FM. It doesn't get any better than that.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
.3 Citi FM. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sammi Wiafe, and tonight I am here with
Eno Safo.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
So, with the greatest of respect to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, I think on this particular occasion he's flatly wrong. This MOU requires parliamentary ratification. There's absolutely no two ways about that.
Minority in Ghana's parliament demand immediate suspension of the Ghana-US deportation deal, describing it as unconstitutional. Also coming up on Eyewitness News, small-scale miners set up task force to help government in its fight against illegal mining or galamsey as pressure mounts on government to declare a state of emergency. And later on Eyewitness News,
we are clear in our minds that Dr. Bawumia is the best candidate to lead us to victory in 2028 elections.
15 MPP MPs in the Eastern region declare support for MPP flag bearer aspirant Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Also coming up in business.
Government urged to implement measures to prevent cocoa sector collapse as Ecuador closes in on Ghana. Eyewitness
News is live on our affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citynewsroom.com. You can join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages. The number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Eno has our first story.
Majority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for South Day, Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekpo, along with private legal practitioner Israel Tete and the Ghana Law Society, have filed a writ at the Supreme Court challenging the exclusive recognition of the Ghana Bar Association in Ghana's legal and constitutional framework. Filed yesterday, the suit invokes the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court under Articles 21 and 1301 of the 1992 Constitution. The plaintiffs argue that the current GBA, which operates as a private voluntary association, should not be treated as the sole representative body of lawyers in the country. The plaintiffs contend that the continued recognition of the GBA as the sole voice for legal professionals in Ghana discriminates against their other lawyer associations and amounts to an unconstitutional monopoly. They're also requesting an order restraining the current GBA from presenting itself as the only constitutionally recognized legal body in the country, calling such a position misleading and unlawful. The Attorney General and the Ghana Bar Association have been named as the first and second defendants, respectively.
Let's go to the phone line and get some understanding of this particular suit. And Jennifer Morris Ej is lawyer for Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekpo. Joins us on the telephone line for more on this. Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Jennifer. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Definitely. Thank you very much for your time again. First of all, give us a breakdown of this particular suit.
Thank you very much, and good evening to all your listeners as well as viewers online. Just to go straight to the point, the Ghana Bar Association, currently as we have, has been in existence for quite some time now. And even prior to the promulgation of our 1992 Constitution. However, the challenge that we've been having is that constitutionally, there has been the mention of the name Ghana Bar Association. And what we seek to unravel is to whether the reference made in the constitutional provisions are the same Ghana Bar Association as we have as an association of lawyers. Because for us, we think that it is not making reference to what we have currently as the Ghana Bar Association. And because the Ghana Bar Association as we have is not established by any act of parliament. And so it is not that body that we are talking about. And so we want the Supreme Court to actually give an interpretation as to what or who the Ghana Bar is. Because, we've had a number of associations, group of lawyers. For instance, you have the Ghana Law Society, who are part of the suit. And they have been deprived from certain constitutional roles, privileges that has always been accorded the Ghana Bar Association as we have currently. Because you would notice that constitutionally, you'd have the Ghana Bar Association, as mentioned in the Constitution, making representation on public boards. You have the Prison Service Council, the Police Service Council, and a number of boards, the National Lands Commission, and all those. And so, if that is not the Ghana Bar Association, as we know, then it means that Ghana Law Society also has equal right to represent the interests of its members, who are also lawyers on such similar boards. And so we want an interpretation to that, so that at least every lawyer can have that kind of equal recognition, so that we do not have just one body or one association of lawyers enjoying such rights. So that is the main reason why we have instituted this action.
In your earlier submission, is it then meaning that the current bar association as we have it does not have any legal backing?
Certainly not. It doesn't have any legal backing. It is not supported by any act of parliament, comparatively to other jurisdictions in Nigeria and Kenya, where you would have an act of parliament establishing their law societies. But when it comes to Ghana here, the Ghana Bar Association as we have is not established by any act of parliament. It is a private body. And so how can such a private body be enjoying constitutional rights? And Ghana Law Society is also a private group of lawyers who have also been deprived of enjoying such constitutional roles or privileges. And so that is why we have mounted this action in court, so that the Supreme Court should be able to tell us who that Ghana Bar is, whether that Ghana Bar is what we have currently, or in the minds of the framers of the Constitution, they meant a different Ghana Bar, which for us, we think is that Ghana Bar in the Constitution should be interpreted as associations of lawyers, meaning Ghana Law Society coming together with what we have currently as the Ghana Bar as an association also coming together. And even if you have other group of lawyers coming together, then they can form that Ghana Bar Association. That is what we are looking at. But insofar as there is no act of parliament establishing the Ghana Bar Association, our position is that it is not the Ghana Bar as we know. And so every lawyer that belongs to associations like the Ghana Law Society should have an equal recognition, should have an equal enjoyment of those rights, and it should not be limited to only the current Ghana Bar Association. And secondly, we are also seeking that if that is the interpretation as we have put on, then the name Ghana Bar Association as it is currently ought to be changed, because then that name is misleading, because it is becoming deceptive that anytime anybody hears of the name Ghana Bar, all minds point to one side or one association, which is the Ghana Bar. Meanwhile, that is not what the framers of the Constitution intended. And so if that is the interpretation we have put on and the Supreme Court agrees with that, then obviously the name Ghana Bar currently being used by our own association, Ghana Bar Association, ought to be changed.
Does it mean since 1992, when the Constitution was promulgated and then the mention of the Ghana Bar Association was in there, it has been just there and has no legal backing? And so this time around, you want a Supreme Court interpretation of the said association as mentioned in the Constitution?
Exactly our point. Exactly our point. The current Ghana Bar Association has no support from any act of parliament, comparing to, for instance, when you compare the Institute of Chartered Accountants, they have been established by an act of parliament. And so that body that regulates the accounting body, everybody knows. And we have the General Legal Council, which we know is established also by an act of parliament, which is the from the Legal Profession Act. And so the General Legal Council, they are mandated to regulate the behaviors, the conduct of lawyers and the legal profession as a whole. But we do not have an act of parliament since 1992 to make reference to the name Ghana Bar Association. And so if we do not have such, then it means all representations from the Ghana Bar Association, as currently we have, representing on boards, public boards, and all other constitutional bodies, that ought to be changed. So that is what we want the Supreme Court to interpret.
Counsel, how do you react to people who say that this is a move to disband the GBA?
Of course. I mean, I will not say it's a move to disband the GBA. It is a move for people to also have an equal enjoyment of their right. Because
so GBA, as of now, sorry to cut in, as of now, are there people who don't enjoy the rights as you have mentioned?
Certainly, yes.
How? Explain to me.
That is why we have the Ghana Law Society, because we have members who belong to the Ghana Law Society, and they are also lawyers. They are also mandated to have equal representation on constitutional bodies and public boards. Now, these people have been denied their right because the name Ghana Bar Association, as used by the private voluntary association of lawyers as we have currently, they are the ones who are portraying to be the Ghana Bar Association in the Constitution, and they are the ones enjoying those rights as against the Ghana Law Society. And so my clients, Ghana Law Society, I mean, they feel that, I mean, they also have a right which they need to enjoy in the Constitution. And so once the Supreme Court clarifies it for us, then we will be good to go.
Because all these years, we've all known the Ghana Bar Association, the GBA, and the likes. Many people ask, why now for an interpretation of this mention in the Constitution?
Well, possibly now is the time for us to go to the Supreme Court for such an interpretation. I mean, previously, well, I do not know why possibly some lawyers may not have taken up this step, but what we know is that for now, it is the time for the Supreme Court to make that interpretation. Whether it was supposed to be 1992, 2002, 2020, whatever, we think that now is the time for Supreme Court to make that declaration, that interpretation, because many lawyers have had their constitutional rights under Article 17 and 21(1)(e) infringed upon. The Ghana Bar Association, as currently we have, it looks like now immediately you become a lawyer, you are automatically forced to become a member, whether you like it or not, whether their ideologies suit your ideologies or not, whether their visions suit your vision or not. Automatically, once you graduate to become a lawyer or you are called to the bar, then automatically you have to become a member of the current Ghana Bar Association. And that should not be. People should have the right to choose the kind of association that they want to form or where they want to belong to. It should not be a monopolistic association. And that is why people now have come out that this is the time for us to talk. This is the time for us to speak out. And this is the time for us to challenge the law so that the Supreme Court can give a proper interpretation of what is the meaning of the Ghana Bar Association as we have in the Constitution.
Counsel, I know the Ghana Bar Association or the GBA holds or sits on some public institutions. So, for instance, the Judicial Council, the General Legal Council, the Police Council, and the Prisons Council, and more. What happens to those positions on these public boards?
So, once the Supreme Court is able to make that interpretation for us to know who that Ghana Bar Association is, if the Supreme Court agrees with us, then what it means is that since time memorial, from 1992, they have been condoning illegality, unconstitutionality, because then it means that the Ghana Bar Act, we all thought, that had the representation on the judicial body, judicial council, the prison service council, the police service council, all those representations were unconstitutional. But anyway, all those things are now gone. We are looking at what it is, the current position. And so the current position, if the Supreme Court agrees with that, then it means going forward, we will not have the current Ghana Bar Association, because now they will have to change their name. That is the first thing. Secondly, the associations of lawyers who have now would want to come together. For instance, you would have the Ghana Law Society coming together or merging with the supposedly Ghana Bar Association, whose name would have to be changed. Now would have to elect people to represent the wider Ghana Bar Association, so that you have multiple associations having equal representation in the Ghana Bar Association as prescribed by the Constitution. That is what we are looking at.
And with this move, if the Supreme Court should agree with you, Counsel, are we not going to open the floodgate then for all forms of lawyer associations to spring up, all in the interest of, lawyers?
I don't think so. Everybody has the right to form an association. We have the General Legal Counsel, who is the regulator of the legal industry.
Yes, I agree with you. Everyone has the right to form an association. So, for instance, we go to the medical field. There is the Ghana Medical Association, the recognized body. And so, if the Supreme Court should agree with you, and then do away with the GBA, which is not recognized by any law, with the setting up of various associations, the floodgates may be open, and you don't know which recognized body that you may want to deal with.
No, the floodgates will never be open. That's why I'm saying that we have the General Legal Counsel, who is the regulator of the legal industry. And so the General Legal Counsel will now have to vet, just like giving licenses, just as they license legal firms or law firms, for everybody to recognize that this law firm is in existence and this law firm has complied. It's the same thing that's going to happen. The GLC would now have to regulate the association of lawyers. Everybody can form the association.
Okay.
But the GLC will now have to come in to regulate the association or the body, just as we have for the Institute of Chartered Accountants.
Okay.
Insofar as we do not have an act of parliament establishing Ghana Bar Association, the General Legal Counsel will now have that responsibility to regulate the association of lawyers. And so as for the association, nobody can restrict any lawyer from joining any association. Associations can be formed.
Okay.
But GLC would have to control and regulate the associations that will be formed.
Counsel, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. General Fred Morris Ejay is a lawyer for Roxanne Nelson Dafiamepo, who is the Member of Parliament for South Daya and the majority chief whip in Ghana's Parliament. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s, you lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our Express Points to EcoBank Pay, online banking and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now.
Go, the go. Ugomi, and what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's much we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Ma, have you received the delivery?
Sis, the rider's bay. Send in the momo.
Okay, *176.
Pow. Don't you use a smartphone? Use a momo app, ne?
Huh? Aba app.
Hey, I want to say a millennium, say millennial. Inyim. Oh, millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Or you're smart. I know you're secure.
Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Pay your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi 97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi 973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi 973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's go to Parliament now. And the minority group in the House has called on government to immediately suspend the Ghana-US deportation agreement, describing it as unconstitutional. Now, speaking to journalists in Parliament today, the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Samuel Abu-Jinapor, insists that the deal should have been rectified by Parliament before government decided to go into it with the US government. The minority says there is a deliberate attempt by government to disregard other arms of government in this particular matter. Samuel Abu-Jinapor, member of Parliament for Damongo and ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, joins us on the telephone line for more on this. Honorable MP, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. Good evening to your cherished listeners, and very good evening to you, my good friend Sammi.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs has come out public to say that indeed this is just an MOU, and if it becomes an agreement, it will be brought to Parliament. You seem not to agree to that.
Well, with the greatest respect to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, I think this is quite an open and shut situation. I'm not too sure we should split heads over this, because the provision in the Constitution, i.e. Article 75, is very unambiguous. And additionally, the Supreme Court has had multiple occasions to make a pronouncement on the full ramifications of Article 75. And indeed, in one of the cases, I believe is in the harmful case, the Supreme Court actually listed the category of instruments which will require parliamentary ratification and cited memorandum of understandings as being one of such instruments which will expressly require parliamentary ratification. So, as I say, with a lot of respect to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, this on this occasion is flatly wrong. Flatly wrong.
Government has gone ahead with this deal. Already we know of, I think 14 that came in. We are told that some remaining 40 also coming in the coming days. You think government should stop this even though there's an advance as far as the agreement is concerned?
Well, first of all, you know the controversy surrounding the Trump administration's policy on immigration. This has turned out to be a very controversial policy, both within the United States and across the world. The African Union, for example, has had an occasion to comment on this immigration policy of the United States government. ECOWAS has also done the same. And thirdly, these individuals are being deported against their wishes, and some of them have been mounted legal suits claiming breaches of their fundamental human rights. And Ghana, being a respected member of the international community, is lending its support to the Trump administration in pursuing this rather controversial immigration policy. These and many others are the very reasons why we believe that the foreign minister and the government, for that matter, ought to have laid this MOU before Parliament for purpose of transparency, for scrutiny. For example, I've heard people ask questions. Is Ghana receiving some benefits? Are we getting monetary benefits? Is there other considerations which we are not aware of? Is it compromising on our sovereignty? What are the implications for our national security and national interest? These questions will all have been answered if the government had adhered to the dictates or the requirements of the Constitution and laid this agreement before Parliament. Just as the Akufo-Addo administration laid the Defense Cooperation Agreement to the United States before Parliament for public scrutiny, for thorough scrutiny. And so we think that the government should stop implementing the provisions of this agreement. The government should change gear, and the government should do what is proper, lay this agreement before Parliament, which will make the processes constitutional and which will give the Ghanaian people, through their representatives, the opportunity to scrutinize this matter and ratify same or otherwise.
The Honourable Minister has come out to say that we are doing this purely on humanitarian basis, and so Ghana does not stand to gain anything or benefit from this whole thing. It's just purely on humanitarian basis. You don't think that is it, or you think there's something else to it?
Well, that is obviously not the government of this matter, and that is not the core issue at stake here. We are not going into the merits or otherwise of the decision itself. We are asking for the right constitutional procedure to be adhered to. It is only when you adhere to the constitutional dictates that we will get the opportunity to scrutinize the document. As we speak, I'm ranking my foreign affairs. I've not seen the agreement. Civil society organizations have not seen the agreement. Ghanaian people are not privy to the terms of the agreement or the contours of the agreement. It is only when you lay it before Parliament that we'll get the opportunity to scrutinize it and be able to come to the conclusion whether this is in Ghana's interest and whether Ghana ought to take this path or not. Humanitarian, I mean, we are being hospitable. We are being a hospitable country. Hospitality, when the people do not want to come to Ghana, they are being deported against their wishes. It's not as though people are happy to come over and we are accepting them. This immigration policy has become a subject matter of grave controversy, enormous controversy across the world. And as I say, the African Union itself has come out to speak explicitly on this particular matter. And I think it's absolutely important, in accordance with the tenets of a democratic country such as ours, for the government to follow the dictates of the Constitution and Supreme Court and lay this agreement before Parliament for scrutiny.
Finally, before I let you go, Honourable MP, you seem not to be comfortable with recent commentary by the Minister of Foreign Affairs on the Israeli-Palestinian issue, especially what's happening in Gaza. You seem not to be comfortable with some of his commentary there?
Well, I'm not too sure the word is comfortable, but it's just a word of caution we sounded that since independence, since the time of our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana has pursued a foreign policy based or anchored on non-alignment. Ours have been non-aligned. We don't align. We don't align with the various blocks of the world. As President Nkrumah put it, we are neither left or right, we are forward. And therefore, to make such categorical statement and such definitive conclusions as to say that Israel is perpetuating genocide in Palestine or in Gaza could risk the tendency of aligning Ghana or of positioning Ghana as being anti-Israeli or anti-West or anti a certain bloc. And that will, in our view, compromise Ghana's age-old, time-tested and cherished foreign policy stance of non-alignment, of pursuing impartiality, of pursuing peace and being a bridge-building nation. And that is exactly the point we made.
Thank you very much for your time. Abu Jinapo is Member of Parliament for Damongo and ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Let's do some more stories. The Ghana Police Service has arrested 10 suspected members of an armed robbery syndicate accused of targeting banks nationwide. Director General of the CID-COP, Lydia Yakodonko, says the suspects were picked up from hideouts in the Ashanti region. She revealed that some have confessed to their involvement. COP Donko added that the suspects will soon be arraigned as efforts continue to track down other accomplices.
Between November 2024 and September 2025, the police administration responded to a series of bank robberies across the country. A critical analysis of these robberies revealed a similar modus operandi employed by the robbers. Their modus was that the gang armed with pump-action guns attack a bank, hold the security guards hostage, snatch their weapons, and then use industrial cutting machines to break into the vaults of the banks. Targeted intelligence gathering across the affected regions led police to one of the suspects, one Kwabna Owusu-Ansah alias Kobi, an ex-convict who is believed to be the mastermind who recruited several others for the robbery operations. On 18 September 2025, an intelligence team proceeded to Esereso Adeja, where sustained surveillance led to the arrest of suspect Kwesi Eje alias Cobra, the leader of the gang, in his hideout at Esereso Adeja. A search conducted in his house and its surroundings led to the retrieval of 2 AK-47 rifles concealed in a sack buried in a pond of water behind his house. The said weapons were police rifles, which were snatched from policemen on duty at Ecobank Kenyasi branch on 8 September 2025. On interrogation, suspect Kwesi Eje alias Cobra admitted to the robberies and mentioned suspects Kwabna Owusu-Ansah alias Kobi, David Ebuobi alias Kofi, David Wasti, Francis Akwa alias Preman, Stephen Say, Martin Akansina alias 1 Billion, Kweku Prepar alias X5, Nanaya Ofrimpon alias Mystical, Kojo Atingao alias Boga, Al-Hassan Ibrahim, Samuel Apia alias Akwesi Mugu, Samuel Akwesi Jan, Nati Bongo, Bozin and Albert as his accomplices in the various robberies.
You heard the Director General of the Criminal Investigations Department, COP Lydia Yakodonko. The Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohuno, also addressing the press, announced plans by the police to promote officers who were involved in arresting the robbery syndicate.
The Police Management Board have decided to promote 3 chief inspectors to the police academy, 3 inspectors to chief inspector, 2 sergeants to inspector, 1 corporal to sergeant, 3 constables. They are looking very fresh. They are giving lance corporal. To the senior officers, the police council will take a decision on them. Thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to call all members of the public to support the police with information for successful investigation. Let us all be vigilant members of the community and report any suspicious persons or activities to the police.
You heard the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohuno. Now, the Teachers and Educational Workers Union of TUC says it will not end its nationwide strike until the government addresses their conditions of service. The union, which began the strike on Friday, accuses government of deliberately delaying the signing of its agreement. Despite appeals from the Labour Ministry and the National Labour Commission, TEU insists its members will stay away from work. General Secretary of TEU, King James Azoteba, demanded swift action to restore stability in schools.
We have not had any update. We have learned from a grapevine source that the Minister of Education want to meet with us this week. but today is Tuesday. As a national officer, we have not received any written or verbal information from me inviting us to a meeting. And therefore, our national executive, we have decided that God willing, Thursday, this coming Thursday on the 3rd July 2025, we are all assembled in Kumasi together with our members and declared an indefinite strike. The only thing that we have seen that the Labour Commission has written 2 dictates to respond to our demands, our letter to them. You understand? Which they copy, but we have not heard anything. You understand? As a result of that, we think that we have followed the law. It is enough, and then the members at this point think that there must be the strike.
That was the General Secretary of TEU, King James Azoteba.
You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's do some MPP politics now. And as you're aware, the party is preparing to elect a new flag bearer on the 31st of January 2026. MPP flag bearer in the last election, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, is campaigning in the Eastern region. And 15 out of 23 MPs in the region have declared their support for the former Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Now, the group, as you're aware, the Vice President is in the Eastern region. Let's go to the phone line and speak to one of the members of Parliament who have declared their support for the former Vice President as bid to contest again as the party's presidential candidate in the 2028 general election. And Dr. Kingsley Ajimai, he's a member of Parliament for the Ebuakwa South constituency and joins us on the telephone line. He speaks for the 15 members of Parliament who have declared their support for the former Vice President. Doug, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, Sammy.
Many people will ask, why throw your weight behind the former Vice President, someone who took you into the last election and gave you a heavy defeat?
Thank you very much, and a very good evening to your cherished listeners. We 15 of us from the Eastern region out of the 23, like you rightly said, have endorsed Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Why Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia? We believe he's the most prepared, formidable, and winnable candidate among the other aspirants. You just hinted something that was very clear. He said we lost the last election. Yes, we lost, but we will be back again. Every person for the first time has lost. If you watch the trajectory or you go through the trend analysis of the 1992 Republican or the fourth Republican that we have, you realize that nobody has ever won it for the first time. And it's for both parties. President Kufuor lost in 96, came back in 2000, and won for us when there was a regime change. President Kufuor was hesitant in 2008. Professor Mills won against Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo because Prof had contested for 3 times. Unfortunately, Prof Mills lost. He died, and President Mahama came in 2012. He won in 2012, but lost in 2016 when there was a change. In 2024, there was a change in regime. Nanado was exiting, and for the first time, Dr. Bawumia was contesting. If you watch it very well, by 2024, President Mahama had contested 4 times. He had contested in 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024. So a basic trend analysis shows clearly that the two leading political parties, nobody has ever won it for the first time. And any time there's a change in regime, the person that contested the previous election wins. So this is very clear, and a simple trend analysis points to that direction. So we, the 15 out of 23, strongly believe that history will be very fair. The fourth Republican history will be very fair and kind to Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia.
So you are banging your hopes on history and the political tragedy of this country?
But that is the standard. We build everything on standard. Well, forever and ever, Power Square has remained 22/7, isn't it? Has it changed? Nothing has changed. The BMI is what it is. So unity and standardization is the most trusted or the gold measure. And that is what we are going with. He is the only person that can win at the 2028 election.
Is this endorsement a personal one, or you've all spoken to your constituents and they believe that, going in for Dr. Bawumia is the right choice for the MPP.
We are the people's representative. And if you look at the 15 of us and you go to our constituencies, it is very clear that we have the mandate of our people. Let me ask you, all the 276 constituencies that we have in Ghana, 2 T-shirts are very common now. The NDC has President John Mahama, and the MPP has who? Who does the MPP have? It's not Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia. The delegates themselves don't want to change. The electoral college that is going to vote don't want to be changed. So what is good for the Jews is also good for the Ganda. That is where we are. So it's not a personal thing. We represent our people. I know your station is a very top, among the top 1%. You can do your own independent analysis of the 15 of us and realize that there's an overwhelming majority of us, of our people, endorsing Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia.
Doc, you are within me the Eastern Region campaigning. What has been the message?
It is very clear as I'm speaking to you now. He's speaking at Atamanket, the Sikaman block. That's 6 constituencies put together. He's engaging with the former constituency executives, patrons, and others. And the feeling is very good. It's a raining time, but hey, people are in the rain wanting to hear from him, and he's giving to them what they want to hear. It's a very good feeling. And trust me, the results will speak. Our terminal reports at the end of 31st January will speak volumes.
Just before I let you go, can you run us through some of the 15 MPs who are supporting this bid, including yourself? So the 14 others who are supporting in this direction.
It's Ahmad Wejiri. Then we come to Sikamana Kede constituency. Then you come to Ayesiano, Suhum, Ebuakwa South, Ebuakwa North, Fanchakwa South, Fanchakwa North, Etiwa West, Abrim, Ekwapim North, New Jabin South. I think basically this is the 15. I don't know if I lost some or I missed some out, but this is the 15.
Doc, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. Dr. Kisley Ajema is Member of Parliament for the Ebuakwa South constituency in the Eastern Region. One of the members of Parliament, the 15 of them who have publicly declared their support for Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia's presidential bid to lead the party go into the election of 2028. As you're aware, the MPP is preparing to elect a new flag bearer for the party on the 31st of January 2026, and the presidential aspirants are already campaigning across the country. Dr. Bawumia is in the Eastern Region. Kennedy Japan was somewhere in the Western North Region. Dr. Yawose Odichum, Brian Champon, and Kwabena AJ Japan are all crisscrossing the length and breadth of this country to campaign to delegate to elect them as the new flag bearer for the MPP go into the election of 2028. Eno has some more stories.
The Trades Union Congress is cautioning the Ministry of Transport and the Ghana Railway Development Authority against operating the country's trains without resolving outstanding labor issues with workers. This comes after the authority announced that passenger services on the Tema-Mpakadan corridor will resume on October 1, 2025. Addressing a press conference in Accra, TUC Secretary General Joshua Ansah urged government to address the grievances of the Railway Workers Union of Ghana, whose members have gone 12 months without salaries. The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has announced a 1.14% upward adjustment in electricity tariffs for the fourth quarter of 2025, effective October 1, 2025. In a statement issued today, the Commission said water tariffs will remain unchanged during the period. The adjustments, according to the PURC, were made under its quarterly tariff review mechanism, which ensures tariffs reflect changes in key economic indicators beyond the control of utility service providers. The PURC explained that the review considered several variables, including exchange rate movement, domestic inflation, cost of natural gas, among others.
You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. We go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more stories.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like Jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Oh, jump on now. Go, Google me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay way now, yeah. So where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you have my gobe inside? I give you info, make a fill the gobe too small. Go! Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The countdown is on. The City Business Olympics 2025 is almost here. It's the ultimate day of team building, networking, and fitness fun. Don't let your company miss out. Date Saturday, 27th September 2025. Time 8 a.m. Venue Eden Heights Sports Complex. Wager. Rally your teammates. Bring the energy and get ready for action.
We know we've gone on a recess, but we are back. You
call 0558-973-973 now to register your company. The City Business Olympics 2025 is powered by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Side Hustle, and it's proudly sponsored by UMB Bank and Eden Heights Sports Complex. Wager with support from Bethel Logistics, Dampon Healthcare, and Hallmark Cafe.
Looking for a location that gives your business a competitive edge? Dawa Industrial Zone offers world-class facilities, direct access to major trade hubs, and a thriving business ecosystem. Whether you are setting up in the manufacturing, logistics, or services, our ready-to-use industrial spaces and supportive policies make expansion easy. And if you're not an investor but you know someone who is, you can refer them and earn a commission. Convert connections into cash. Refer industrial land buyers and earn. Join leading businesses already benefiting from Dawa Industrial Zone strategic advantages. Get started today or refer a business and get rewarded. Visit www.diz-ghana.com or call 055-20-40,000. Dawa Industrial Zone, where businesses thrive.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi 97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi 973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi 973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's do some other stories. And the National Concerned Small Scale Miners Association Ghana has officially joined the national efforts to combat illegal mining activity, or galamsey, on water bodies. Now, the association has formed a task force that has been mandated to monitor and enforce compliance among members, ensuring adherence to standard small-scale mining practices. Let's go to the phone line and speak to Michael Kwejo Pepra. He's the president of the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association of Ghana. Michael, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Why has it become necessary for your association to join the fight against illegal mining?
First of all, I think it's our duty to help in solving this problem as a Ghanaian, in the sense that if the water bodies is polluted, at the end of the day, the consequences bears in front of us. That is the reason why, as a good citizen and as somebody who have gone through their licenses and their mining responsibly, it is our duty to make sure that the right thing is done. Most often, the communities that we ply our trade in, you see these people who will be mining in the belly of this river, and most times some of these chiefs are accomplices. So we have taken it upon ourselves to make sure that we augment what the Honorable Minister of Lands and Natural Resources has started by inaugurating the Blue Water Guard, to also augment whatever successes they have achieved. So that is the reason why, as an association, we have acquired a speedboat to make sure that at least it will enhance our operations on people who are destroying our water bodies.
Are you working independently, or you are working in collaboration with a government task force set up to also look at this issue of illegal mining?
I think everybody is part of government, in the sense that government is you and me. So if things are not going right, and you have the power to help in solving a problem, I don't think you need to wait till government to task you to do that. Also, like the Ghana Bar Association and the GPRTU, they have their own task force to make sure that their members work in conformity of their laws. The same thing happens to small-scale mining. And this is not the first time, as an association, we have tasked our members to be watchdogs or to help in solve a problem that has been faced as a country. By and large, we have notified the ministry of our willing to help government in solving the problem. That is why we've been able to acquire a speedboat. It was through a contribution that our members did. One, if we're able to at least have a peer review system, it is going to empower the ministry so that at least people will mine responsibly and in a sustainable manner. That is the reason why we have taken it upon ourselves to as well to distinguish between an illegal mining and a small-scale miner.
Mr. Ripa, how do you react? Sorry to cut in, but how do you react to people?
No license permit one to mine in a forest reserve or a small-scale miner to work or destroy our water bodies. Anybody who is found on the water bodies destroying it is an illegal miner. These are people who are not part of our association.
Exactly the point that I was coming to. How do you react to people who say that your members are causing the destruction of the environment and the water bodies as we are seeing now?
As a matter of fact, the law does not permit anybody to mine 100 meters from the water bodies. As a matter of fact, before a license is granted to you, these are the things they check before they grant it to you. So anybody who is mining close to a water body is not a small-scale miner. Secondly, we have people who are working where there are no water bodies, and they have gone to dig their own wells, and then at least they are using the water they have as well pumped from the ground, and they are using the 3 dam water recycling system. As a matter of fact, people might do the wrong thing, but we need to understand that we have people who are mining responsibly and they are mining in a sustainable manner. This is why we want to come in, so that people would understand that a small-scale miner does not work in the forest reserves. So anybody that will be found in the forest reserve is an illegal miner. Anybody who is using a transfer machine and is working on the various water bodies, they are all miscreants and they are criminals and they are, let's say, illegal miners. That is why we have taken it upon ourselves to charge the fight, to augment whatever is Honorable the sector minister has achieved by inaugurating the Blue Water Guard. So we are only going to augment what has already been done and also provide assistance or information when they need be.
Thank you very much, Michael, for your time. Michael Kwejo Prepra is president of the National Concerned Small Scale Miners Association of Ghana. Now, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Kofi Amabwa, was today in the studio of GTV, Ghana Television, where the issue of Galamsey came up. He was asked about the declaration of a state of emergency as one of the surest way of dealing with Galamsey.
The government has the power at its disposal to take steps to deal with this. And I think that if you had listened to me comprehensively, one is the policy reform, one is the stakeholder engagement, one is to deal with the water, one is to strengthen enforcement. All of these things that I'm talking about, why did we establish the Blue Water Guards? And now, just in the last week or so, the president has made it very clear that we are moving a step that says that all the water bodies and the forest reserves are going to be national security zones. You know what that means? Stress zone, no go. And we are now preparing to deploy permanent security forces in these areas.
The water guards?
No, the water guard has been the first step. We've already trained 1,000. We are training more. We've deployed to the western north, and they are making serious impact. What I'm saying is that the level of distraction that this new government came to meet, we are under no illusion that this is going to be solved in 8 months. But we are proud of what we are doing. We are seeing the progress. And at every time when we believe we have to strengthen what we are doing, we do. And that's exactly what the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that we believe. And let me say that those who are really calling for the government to do more, we understand. This is a listening government. And we are going to do more, and we appreciate it. But let me tell you, those who don't even want them to be talking, is those political apparatchiks who have caused the damage that we are trying to solve. They should really give us some break and give us the room.
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Kofi Amabwa.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. City Business News. Be informed.
Time now for City Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Eno Safo. Let's settle for the details. Former Chief Executive of the Environmental Protection Agency, Henry Kokofu, has cautioned that Ghana's cocoa industry faces the risk of collapse if illegal mining continues to destroy farmland and pollute water sources. His warning comes at a time when Ecuador is on the verge of overtaking Ghana as the world's second-largest cocoa producer, a development that highlights the growing vulnerability of the sector. Speaking to the media after the launch of the Institute of Economic Affairs seminar series on natural resource management, Henry Kokofu stressed that the unchecked spread of illegal mining could carry severe economic consequences for the country, undermining one of Ghana's most critical export industries.
Ghana's cocoa industry is on the decline, and it's a bare fact. One of the major reasons has to do with this indiscriminate gold mining. That's the illegal gold mining. And so, therefore, if nothing is done about it, we are not going to lose our second spot alone. The industry itself is heading towards collapse, and it will be a very dangerous phenomenon for all of us, particularly the generations yet unborn. And I keep on thinking and talking about intergenerational equity. What we're taking today necessarily must be equivalent to what the next generation will have to come and take. But we look as if we are finishing everything within our time, and that's quite unsustainable. So if Ecuador is taking over our position as the second largest producers, well, that is what we want. Maybe after taking all the gold and there will be no cocoa, we will be better off. I don't know.
Henry Kobna Kokofu is former Chief Executive Officer of the EPA. The Ghana Railway Development Authority has given assurances to traders and transport unions at the CMB Trading Hub that they will not be displaced from the site, which recently became the focus of protests. The groups had earlier petitioned the president over fears of a possible takeover of the land, which has functioned as both a market and lorry station for more than 30 years. Chief Executive Officer of the authority, Dr. Frederick Apor, tells Citi Business News that ongoing engagements with stakeholders are aimed at resolving the concerns and safeguarding livelihoods tied to the enclave.
Ghana Railway Development Authority, we identify a lot of irregularities on our railway lands. And at the moment, we have identified some of the root causes as part of our revenue mobilization exercise, and that is currently ongoing at the moment at the CMB area. I want to reassure the public and the market women, especially our mothers, sisters, and aunties in the informal sector. We are not going to move anybody from there. We are not going to move anybody from there. And as part of our initiative as a government, I have engaged with the Member of Parliament there, Honorable Senator Rollins, yesterday, together with the MC, to address every other issues there. As far as the authority is concerned, yes, leases given are under review in the previous administration. In this administration, we have only issued 2 leases. So no lease has been given to any private developer under this administration.
Dr. Frederick Apor also urged governments to set up an interministerial task force to deal with illegal mining activities threatening railway infrastructure in the Western region.
I am crying for action. I think my minister is working, Honorable Bukari is working this at the highest level with Honorable Amabua, as well as the Interior Minister, to help us to form the interministerial task force. There are so many task forces going around, so I don't want to go around forming railway task force. That's why I'm very cautious saying interministerial task force. But we will need a specific task force to protect the national asset. Otherwise, the drainage are all gone. These drainage were done last year. They are damming the drainage and the culvert to wash the goat. So if we don't protect the national asset, we are not going to have any railway. We are lucky that Tamak to Pagadan area there is no galamsey. That we are even subject to the weather and also scrap dealers stealing our metals.
Dr. Frederick Apor is Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Railway Development Authority. Triton Motors Limited, distributors of Jack vehicles in Ghana, has unveiled a new range of Jack commercial trucks to serve its customer base. The vehicles, built for Ghana's roads and heavy-duty conditions, are designed to boost productivity. At the unveiling event, Chief Executive Officer of Triton Motors Limited, Jihad Hijazi, highlighted the value proposition of the new products.
If you look at Ghana's green transition, the cost to get to net zero, as per the document, is over $500 billion US. It's going to come from government alone. Okay, and therefore it's going to be private sector led, and that is why there has to be that kind of collaboration between public and then the private sector. So that collaboration is always needed to achieve what you want to do, not necessarily using, your financing totally. So that's the reason why we are doing that kind of collaboration. Like I said, it's going to be private sector led. So the projects that you have in the framework are what we are selling to the private sector, and therefore the appropriate financing will be raised. And in certain things, you need to get the right financing. There are several sources of financing that are available.
Jihad Hijazi is Chief Executive Officer of Triton Motors Limited. Group Business Development Director of Triton Motors Limited, Fadi Fatal, on his part, also emphasized the vehicle's features tailored to customer demands. We apologize for that. We'll bring you that sound later. But that's all for business news on Eyewitness News. I am Eno Safo. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA. We're here to make your life better, stress-free and easy. We go the extra mile, beyond your expectations. We will get it done and get it done very well now. UBA, best loans and more. UBA, best customer satisfaction. UBA, best digital solutions. UBA, Africa's global bank.
For best retail products, innovative offerings, loans made just for you, attractive interest rates, trading across Africa or sending money. If you want the best digital banking products, including chatting with you on WhatsApp and Facebook, turn to UBA, Africa's global bank. Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Like a fiesta on my side, I'm all wrapped up. And all I think about is my pay. I get classic, I get booty, I get stronger, also fruity. Of course, all not to take me longer. Skin to skin, no, no, no. All I need is my extra thing. Doing so day, so go for the glow up and keep the vibe 100 with more party plans. Fiesta, fiesta, wrap it up.
Wrap it up with Fiesta condoms. Comes in 9 different variants to spice up your game. Available in any pharmacy near you.
Prevents STIs and unintended pregnancy when used correctly.
This advert is FDA approved.
Ask Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 6440 4048. I repeat, or call 0244-644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi 97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi 973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi 973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sammi Wiafe, and this is Point Blank. I remember Point Blank is brought to you by Valix Lease Equip Limited. Valix Lease affordable document management solutions. Tonight on Point Blank, Umaru Sandamadu. Yes, Umaru Sandamadu is in the United States of America. And this evening on Point Blank, he spoke to two Ghanaians living in the U.S. and raising a family. Umaru Sanda Amadu engaged Kwabena and Ohima, who are both living in the U.S. with their children, and spoke to them about bonding, family values, and work.
I interviewed a panel of teachers that has said to me, well, the members said they are happy they ran away from Ghana to the U.S. because things were really hard, and this is the best option. And they would advise anyone who wants to leave and come here if they have the opportunity. There's another angle I want to look at this conversation from. If you came to the US, you try to raise your family, how is that like? Is it a smooth journey? So you have a family here, you have your husband, your wife, or you have your children, or if you have your family back home, how are you able to cope? I'm again going to speak to people who have also come to stay here or who have left for greener pastures, as we call it. The two people I'm going to speak to, I'm just going to use their first names. So what's your first name?
Kwabena.
So Kwabena is here, and you are?
Ohima.
Ohima, okay. Kwabena, do you have family here?
Not now.
Okay.
I have my daughter here.
Okay. How long have you been in the US for?
I've been here since 2016.
2016? 8 years plus, 9 years almost.
Right.
How did you come here? Did you go through a ship? Did you go through corner, or you just came, bam, through proper ways?
I always tell people I came here by grace, by the benevolence of the diversity visa lottery. So I applied, got selected, and then came here very smoothly.
That's a US visa lottery?
Right.
Oh, you Utrabi?
Me Trabi na midi.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Me mami bompaye tamachi. And then I won that by the grace of God.
So how was it like? You just land here, they give you a job, or what do you do?
Well, the process is said that once you are selected, you go through the interview, and things change, because initially I heard people were accommodated on arrival and all that, but you need to have like an affidavit of support, somebody that will host you on that. And fortunately for me, I had a junior back in the high school who had gone through the same process, who accommodated me, and I had a smooth sail.
But why did you decide to stake lotto to come to the US? What were you doing in Ghana, and why did you not continue to do that?
Okay, in Ghana, I did a lot of things in Ghana. I was a teacher and a part-time politician, or sometimes full-time politician and part-time teacher.
And you decided that Nkoyi.
I wouldn't say Nkoyi, but it was like God showed me favor, the grace. I won the lottery, and then I wanted to have the American dream. I embraced that, and I don't regret that.
Ohima, what were you doing in Ghana? How long ago since you came to the US?
Oh, I've been here since 2023.
So 2 years?
Yeah.
And what were you doing in Ghana?
I was marrying.
You were marrying? How is that a job?
Oh my, come on, it's a full-time job. It's a lot.
So you were living in marriage? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was married.
How long in marriage?
Oh, once at the time I came here, I was 8 years already.
Hey, okay. You've done well. Congratulations. 10 years. We'll clap for you. And, but you didn't have any job?
Yes, I had. I worked a little with Comfort Ghana.
Okay.
I did some.
You were giving scholarship to people? Comfort?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A little. I was running an organization called Mount Jura Outreach Ministry. I ran it by myself and a few people.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a lot to have to do it and do any other job. So that was full time for me.
So what made you leave all of this, pack bag, and come to America?
Ghana, you know, it's not an easy place.
Really, it's not?
Especially when you are not politically connected. And if you are, and a female, you want to be willing to do other things to enjoy whichever political party you belong to. And I'm not afraid to say this. For me, I wasn't able to do a lot of that. So I decided to pull out and find my way. So when I got the opportunity to travel, I embraced it. I wanted to come and see what is here. And
but you were working there. From the things you mentioned, you were doing well. Why did you have to leave?
So for Comfort, I did internship.
Don't be emphatic on the place you were working. I just wanted to know.
So what I was doing was quite involving, but I wasn't, and I was doing what I was trained to do because I'm a development practitioner by training, but I wanted a contract. I wanted to be employed. I was expecting to be gainfully employed.
So you finished university and you thought that the next thing was get a job?
No, I was running my organization.
Okay.
But before that, the kind of field that I was in, I was expecting to get some experience of it. So it was very difficult to get that kind of experience aside for just volunteering.
But the thing is that you were earning money and that's all you need, oh?
I wasn't earning money. I was giving out.
Yeah, but you had some. That's why you were giving out.
Oh.
You were employing
development practice. You don't have to earn to give out. We give out. That's what we do.
Okay,
you understand?
But what's your profession? What did you study in university?
I did community development for my master's, and I did psychology and religions for first degree.
So typically your work would have been what? What would you be?
Maybe a social worker.
Why didn't you go to social welfare?
I went there. I didn't get a job.
They didn't give you a job? So you thought that America would be the place to give you a job?
Yes, I wanted to explore the opportunities. So it was just exploration for me. I miss my country. I love my country. I have never been the person who wants to live in the diaspora. I always wanted to be the person who come and study and go back to save my country and do politics and talk. I never got the opportunity because I wasn't ready to maybe, you see.
I see.
Work along other people.
Kwabena, when you came here, what did you start doing? They gave you citizenship, or are you a citizen?
I've been a citizen of America for the past 6 years.
Okay. So what work do you do? When you came, did they give you a work because you won lottery? Did you get a ready job?
No, but you come in with a visa lottery. You have your green card. You have the social security and everything. So, but you start working. So
when you came, what did you do?
Well, I have been in this caregiving job for since, and then at some point in time, I did security.
Is that the same as watchman?
Yeah, I did watchman, and then if you want to call it watchman supervisor for some time.
Okay.
Abandoned all those for a while to do my master's in social work. For 2 years, I did that, and then I'm waiting to get license to practice as a social worker.
Caregiver, that is caring for people who are old, who are vulnerable, who are weak, who are sick. People paint very disgusting pictures around that, about you have to clean after these people. Is that what happened? And is that something you like doing?
Omar, is that not very traditional to you?
Mm-hmm. If it's my mother and father, yes, it's very traditional to
back home, we do this without being rewarded monetarily, right? If you had your older mom, daughter, father, whoever, it's part of the Ghanaian hospitality. It's part of our race, our culture that we take care of our own.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see that as like part of the basis of my formation. So if I'm doing that here to be rewarded, it's a plus.
So you enjoy what you do?
I do.
Ohima, what are you doing here in the US?
Oh, I'm a caregiver as well.
Okay, you're also
I have
doing...
a license as a caregiver.
Are you enjoying it?
Well, I don't really like to have my opinion on issues, but for me, as long as it provides for me what I need as at now, it's okay. And when I go, the fact that I tend to be part of a certain person's life and positively, yes, but I'm not going to say that is what I want to do, even in the US.
You are cleaning somebody who is not your relative because of the money. If you had your way, that shouldn't be the thing. Oh?
No, it doesn't have to be blood relations. After you go through the training and you are given a license for this kind of job, you understand that we all need other people, and I don't have to be a relative of the person. Some people love more than blood, you know. You just have to be willing to help other people.
So you told me that back home, part of your jobs was being married. Are you still married?
No.
Okay. How is that family life? Did you have children?
I have 2 kids.
Where are they?
They are here in America.
You brought them with you?
Mm-hmm.
How is family life or raising a family in the US like for you?
If I have my way, I won't have to.
Why did you bring them?
Because I'm here and I wanted to bond with my children. That's one. I'm personally a very family-oriented person. I like everything family. I like people. I like my personal person. Yes, so I couldn't have them away for too long. So I wanted to. And then again, the little one was growing up without me. He didn't even know me. So I had to make sure he gets to know who Mommy is and put a face to Mommy.
Now that you brought them here, have they been able to put a face to Mommy?
Yeah. Now he knows who Mommy is. Mm-hmm. It is also because when they came, I have had to sacrifice a lot of money for that. Because the hours that you have to put into work here, I've decided to reduce it just to make sure that they get enough of me. Yeah.
The issue I hear often from families here is that you won't have time for your family members. A man will not have time for their wife, a wife will not have time for their husband, parents will not have time for their children, all of that. Tell me the story about how you're able to live here, work, and also have kids and raise them.
Yeah, I mean, the America is fashioned together in such a way that the dollar is most important to everybody. Then again, it's about what is important to you as a person. So your environment pushes you out there. You will have to work and lose everything that we deem important back home, like family, like love, like social life, like friends, like all the important things is not important in America. So you as a person would have to put importance on what you think is important.
Before you tell me how you put important things, in the early days when you brought your kids, how often were you able to interact with them and deal with them? And for other families that you know, how regularly are they able to do the bonding that you were hoping you would do before you brought your kids here?
Like I said, I didn't like it when I came here. I always ask my friends who've been here for long, how are you able to sleep with your husbands?
Why, you don't sleep with your husband?
No, I don't have a husband here.
Okay.
But those who have husbands, I ask them, how are you able to make time for that? Because it has to be quality. I didn't like what I saw. So when I decided to bring my kids here...
No, tell me about the quality part a bit and how the sleeping part a bit.
They will understand. The married people...
No, but did they tell you that they were not having time together?
Oh, they know. And they will tell you if they will be frank with you. Of course, they might want to hide it. But the people who are married here and want to really get money, you would have to trade something for the other.
So you won't have your partner with you?
No, not
But you go to work, you close, you come home. And then in the night, even in Ghana, that's what happens. You go to work in the morning, come back in the evening, then you do production.
Not on the same schedule. Ghana, we go to work, we come home. It's not the same.
What happens here?
We enjoy a lot of things in Ghana that you don't get here.
What happens here if you are a couple? You don't go to work in the morning and come back in the evening?
Oh, no.
Tell me why.
So most of the times you could be on the morning schedule, your husband is on the evening schedule. So you practically meet your husband on their way out or coming in. You understand? Sometimes he's just waiting for you to enter for him to exit.
Because he's working on the time. The train is waiting or the bus is waiting.
Exactly. So he's just holding on to the kit for the time that you are working. The moment you're on your way, he's hoping to let the kit into your arms and slide out.
So there's no time for other...
No, actually, their marriages suffer here, if you ask me. A lot of marriages suffer. Most of the people have lived here for too long. Asking, you are married, twice married, thrice married, for the same reasons. They never had time for me. They don't get orgasms. They don't get...
Are you sure they don't get orgasms?
Ask them. The married people, they are all tired.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. My name is Umaru and I'm having an engagement with two Ghanaians living in the US. The lady has just said that a lot of marriages are struggling, a lot of married couples struggling. They don't get orgasm. I have a married man here with me. I'm going to ask him what the situation, if that's really true. Kwabena, Ohima said marriages are struggling. You're a married one, right?
I am.
Is your wife here with you or she's in Ghana?
She's here. I'll come to that, but Omar, let me just try to correct this erroneous impression. Okay. The attempt of saying caregiving is a mess cleaning job is something I want to say is inaccurate.
So it's not true?
It's inaccurate.
So the views I hear from people is not true?
Yeah, okay. I mean...
Say, in fact, I was going to use Uche, but we are on radio, so let me not use it. I mean, I've already used it. But those are the kind of things you say. You're cleaning people who are making a mess on themselves and all of that. And that you are possibly maybe a senior boss in Ghana. You come to America or laboratory, you are cleaning toilets, cleaning people, washing plates.
Let me say it's inaccurate.
Okay.
And that job is not meant for every person.
Very well.
You have to have the passion to do it.
Not the money, but if it's money, then
not just the money. Okay. There are components of caregiving. Okay. I mean, I've had patients or clients that I just do companionship with. Okay. Right?
What else companionship?
Companionship, like the person just lives alone without a family that he or she.
You play the role of a husband.
Not the role of a husband and not a partner, but you need in there to offer comfort.
Okay.
You understand? And
does that not depress you that one day you get there? Because if you were in your village, your grandmother is there, your mother is there, your children, your grandchildren are there.
But over family structure they raise here, all right, that I have been against. That, nuclear family system, just your wife, kids, that's the discomfort they have choosing that. But with our family's values and the system of what do we call it, extended family system. At any point in time, if you're a good person and you take care of your family, you have somebody by you in the dying moment, or but they don't have it, right? So
that's when you move in and when.
Yes,
caregiving is not a messy job. Very well.
It's not.
Very well heard.
I mean, it's part of it.
Let's talk about.
I mean, primarily, it should not be tailored to that.
Let's talk about family life now. You are here with your wife and your kids.
Right.
Ohima says you don't have good sex. You don't have orgasm. Is it true?
It depends. Okay. It depends. I mean,
she said that husband going out in the morning, that's when wife is returning.
Mostly that happens. But if you
don't have time together.
No, if you tailor the schedule, and then depending on your profession, and I mean, what is the family goals? What do you want to achieve? Is it that you want your wife to be chasing the dollar just as you're chasing? Or you want to make time for the family? I mean, one weekend.
You can't do both, can you?
Yeah, but you have to find a fine balance. Choosing between the two, right?
How is your balance like?
The balance is that I'm home every Sunday, at least, right?
Only on Sundays?
Sundays are short,
yeah.
But when necessary, I call in off to make time for the family.
But otherwise, you are off. You are home on every Sunday. And your wife?
It depends. She gets like 2 times off in a week, and
But does she get Sundays too?
So we try to sync it. So that, I mean, if she's opting to be off, it will be at the time that I'm also home.
When you say you are home, does it mean when you are working, you are not home at all? You close your door, put the key in your pocket or under your DC and go away for like 6 days? Is that what happens? Or you leave in the morning, come back in the evening every day?
I appreciate this question. It's very subjective. Okay, so I have a shift like 12 hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So it means Monday to Wednesday, I go and come back home.
Okay.
And then on Thursdays, I'm usually not even close to the city.
Okay.
Far away in Pisco. I do like 12 hours shift here, 12 hours shift there until I come back on, Sunday morning.
So you stay away for like 3 days?
3 days.
You are not coming home?
I'm not coming home.
So your door is shut?
Basically.
And around that time, your wife is also not around?
Not that she's entirely absent, but she may be making in and out, right.
But are there times where she also spends the night away, like a day or two?
Depends on the shift. Sometimes she does like 7 to 7 or 3 to 11, and then she might not be.
And what Hima says is true. It means that you can't get to do the do.
But I'm saying.
She's laughing. You're laughing. The story is unfolding.
They do something. You see the way you have time for your wife, like quality time. If you really are, if you find family important.
Quality time is very important.
Yeah, but
Umaru Sanda Amadou, in that engagement with some Ghanaians living in the United States of America, to be precise, New York, speaking to him on Point Blank. Remember, Point Blank is brought to you by Valix Lease Equip Limited. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions. And this is where we draw today's curtains down to another exciting edition of Eyewitness News that came to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Sammi Wiafe Eno. You heard Eno Safo. Show produced by Beverly London and Kwabena Wilson. Till we come your way again tomorrow, may the good Lord be with us all.